Like, they just literally were like, oh, dude, my bad. Like, I just thought Jeffrey Epstein was like a Democrat pedophile, you know? Now that I realize that it was also the Republicans that most likely were on the list. Dan Bongino feels like his career is destroyed. That's amazing. What is this? Matt is so funny.
Give me the same questions.
Oh, wait. I'll do that in a second. Hold on. Bongino's out of control furious. The person who has spoken with the deputy FBI director said this destroyed his career. He's threatening to quit and torch Pam unless she's fired. Amazing.
OJ over the continued
Politicom. I was there.
Fallout from the release or lack thereof of the Jeffrey Epstein memo. Joining us right now in files, joining us right now on the phone is CNN anchor and chief White House correspondent Caitlin Collins. Caitlin, what more are you learning?
Yeah, Fred, it remains to be seen if he actually follows through with what he has told colleagues. But what we do know
is Mamdani really an Islamist or a former one? Or is it fake news? An Islamist? Are you insane? Who's even saying that? What do you mean former Islamist? Dude grew up in New York City. What are you talking about? God damn, dude. What the hell?
Dan Bongino has told people he is considering resigning as the deputy director of the FBI over the fallout that has continued ever since this memo was released last Sunday. The anger inside the MAGA base has only continued to grow instead of going away, as some officials inside hoped it would. And now our colleagues, along with Christian Holmes, Tanner Rabinowitz, and Evan Perez, we're hearing that he's considering resigning after they had this heated confrontation with the Attorney General Pam Bondi over the handling of this earlier this week. And basically there was a meeting at the White House where the FBI Director, Kash Patel, was there, the White House Chief of Staff, Susie Wiles. They were questioned about whether they were part of a story, that there was basically some infighting over how this came out, and this memo that said we're not going to be releasing any more information related to Jeffrey Epstein. And I should note that we are told Bongino denied leaking any story to this outlet that it was reported on. But there has been a lot of fighting between Attorney General Pam Bondi specifically and the leadership over at the FBI over who's to blame in this situation. I think the context here is obviously Dan Bongino, Kash Patel. They came from this MAGA world where they themselves had pushed a lot of questions about the so-called client list that Epstein had beforehand. And now the MAGA base is just not pleased or satisfied with what they've said in this memo that came out unsigned from the Justice Department and the FBI on Sunday night. So what we are told is Dan Bongino did not show up to work today, that he is essentially not there out of protest. But whether or not he actually follows through on this still remains to be seen. We're still reporting that out. But it just speaks to the backlash that the White House is very much feeling. And
I think one of the funniest things about, well, first of all, you were hired for this, man. You were hired for this. Like, your entire job here is to literally be the podcast guy who just says the things that the admin wants you to say. But it's pretty funny that he's like, you're ruining my actual career, which is not the deputy director of the FBI, but instead his podcasting career. And as a podcaster myself, I gotta be honest. He's right. It's so much better. Okay. But the other thing that I also love about guys like this is that they're such bitches, bro. Like, they're such babies. People don't like me anymore.
Understanding after this memo came out, despite President Trump the other day in the cabinet room asking, who still cares about this? One thing we know is the MAGA base certainly does.
All right, Caitlin Collins, thanks so much for that. We'll check back with you as you learn more. CNN senior justice correspondent Evan Perez is also with us. And so, Evan, is it your understanding that if Bongino were to resign, it's as a result of the including with the AG, Pam Bondi, or is it mostly over the disappointment of these Epstein files either not exist?
Can you remind me why Dan Bongino blocked you? Yes. I said, leak your steroid regimen, king. That's it. That's the reason why he blocked me. Many years ago. That's a very personal question. I just wanted to know what he was on, bro. Like, what he was cycling. He looked good. I wanted the juice This is Jim Acosta. This is disgraceful. Jim Acosta owes the Secret Service uniform division officer an apology. As a Secret Service agent on the Bush and Obama details, I roll my White House pass every single day at the White House. If the Secret Service can follow the rules, so can Acosta. Snowflake. Yep, Acosta really needs to toughen up. Good to hear the young turds coming around. Dan, please leak your steroid routine. Are you accusing me of a drug crime on an open platform? Be very careful in your answer here, because I will promise you that the wrong one will be very expensive for both you and the young turds. I can't believe this guy is... You're telling me this guy is the deputy director of the FBI who's looking to quit his job because everyone's mad at him for not leaking the Epstein files? I'm assuming he also blocked it because his lawyer informed him that being made fun of is not worthy of a lawsuit. Dan Bongino, I am so sorry I asked, which prompted you to block me many years ago. It was merely in jest and a compliment. You are very brolic. Please do not arrest me, a fellow podcaster, sir. I no longer believe you're an Anna warrior. You are so unserious. Dog, I'm unserious. The American government is unserious. Of course I'm unserious. I'm a Twitch streamer. Yeah, the fact that a guy who engaged in discourse with someone as unserious as myself and like got butt mad and had to block me because I asked him what his steroid regimen was after calling my, at the time, place of employment, the young turds, is now the FBI deputy director. Like, that is unserious. Okay? That is what's unserious. The expectation, I'm a clown. Of course I'm unserious. But clowns are not supposed to be the deputy director of the FBI. Close your freaking buttons. I can't. Why are you poking the hornet's nest? I just want to see what he would do. Clowns wear shirts that are too big? Yeah, like me. I'm a clown. I'm a clown. What is this? Oh my God, what a total complete defeat.
Ryan Kavanaugh.
What the? Today, Ethan was forced to read a humiliating statement apologizing for defamation and using his fan base for harassment. TPU crowd boos after Laura Ingraham asked about the Epstein investigation.
How many of you are satisfied? You can clap. Satisfied with the results of the Epstein investigation. Clap. Okay, I told you to clap. You guys aren't listening. I'm not going to grade you on a curve. So I was going to get to that. How many of you are not satisfied with the results of the investigation? How many of
like, no shit. No shit. No shit. No shit. Is Chad rocking with flagrant? Of course not. I mean, look, I bookmarked this because I wanted to cover this. Like these guys are, I mean, come on, guys. I can't believe it. Donald Trump lied. Really? What? That's crazy. I can't believe it. Yeah. Speaking of Dan Bongino, he's not the only one who's suffering from the losses. Okay.
Right now, that to me seems America First is the Democrat Socialist Party.
Yep.
Bernie is America First. Mamdani and all his ideas that he will not be able to execute, and I frankly think many of them are not good ideas, but he is no doubt New York First. The policies seem to want to help people here. That's what I care about. If MAGA wants to take this America First thing back, they got to start looking out for America, and it doesn't seem like they're doing. Lying to Americans is not America First.
It's the Epstein stuff again. This is so funny, dude. Awesome. Awesome. I'm glad that this is what it took for big chunks of the base to be like, this is up.
It's one lie, which is Epstein did
Soros check cleared. Yeah.
not have a blackmail ring on all these very influential people. And by saying that that didn't happen, you have to tell a lot of other...
Maybe these guys really thought that it was like the Democrats that were all just pedophile rapists and not like the Republicans as well. You know what I mean? I guess woke is back on the menu. Yeah. Like they just literally were like, oh, dude, my bad. Like I just thought Jeffrey Epstein was like a Democrat pedophile, you know? Now that I realize that it was also the Republicans that most likely were on the list. Now they're like, yeah, oops, my bad. Turns out this was the straw that broke the camel's back. This was what was holding the entire base together. This Epstein stuff. Are you just like you're going to Bushwick, bro? I am Bushwick. It took me like 3-4 days. But like, I'm officially Bushwick as dog. Look at me.
Voted for Trump and I'm sorry.
Oh my
The
God.
little lies. Every one of them just pulls a little piece of thread away from the fabric. And we're starting to see right through it now, and it's just embarrassing.
I like that you're starting to see through it right now. Have you ever been to Bushwick? Yeah. You going to the January 6th mural in Bushwick? There's a January 6th mural in the Bushwick? It's interesting that Trump was found liable for forcibly penetrating a woman by a jury, that a judge clarified that this behavior conformed to the common definition of rape, and no Dems seem interested in bringing it up besides AOC. Bot account. Honest question open to all. What do you think? Nah, you dime square more than Bushwick? I am dime square.
I am uneducated. I grew up in public school system. I believed anything a teacher and
Bro, that's crazy. Like, septum piercings, like, they got bisexuals now. Like, they got bisexuals doing pro-Trump propaganda and then, like, turning around and saying, I'm sorry, I did not know. Like, they got MAGA bisexuals? That's weird. Like, I feel like you can be gay and MAGA, right? But I feel like bisexuality is, like, the least MAGA you can be. You know? At least she's sorry. I guess Nancy Mace is bisexual.
a principal told me and I didn't question it and I walked in a straight line and I didn't use critical thinking skills, okay? I didn't read Project 2025. I have a disabled child. I'm a single mom of 3. I believed what he said in his campaigns and I ducked. And I'm sorry, okay? Now, we're wanting accountability across the board. It starts with the people like me that made a mistake. I'm admitting it. The first step to progressing in anything is admitting that there is a problem. There was a problem in my judgment. I did not do my due diligence in my research, and I voted in a system that I had not enough awareness and knowledge of until shit started hitting the fan. So if you come for me in the comments and you start all of this hatred because what
I mean, I respect it. I respect it. Yo, I look, man. Hey, no matter where you turn it around from, you know, I'll take it. Don't say Logan Paul ass apology. Dude, we need people like this. You know, everybody turns at some point. I'm not gonna discount it. Hold on. What are the chances she votes Republican next cycle? Who knows? I hope not. It would be a huge loss for the country if we lost Dan Bongino at the FBI. Oh my God.
what we have right now are the people that voted for Trump and that are hiding and that they don't agree, like me, like I was until I'm making this video right now. And then we have the people that didn't vote, and then we have the people that voted for someone else, okay? And then most of all, what we have are citizens of the United States, we the people, complaining that this administration needs to take accountability. We start by leading by example, okay? So if you come for me in the comments with hatred and
She's already listening to Latino music. She already got Latino music in the background. She's been taken over by the mind virus. She's woke.
resentment, because what you have is a resentment for the people that voted for this, that you're a part of the problem. Please accept my apology so we can unite, come together, and move on. Let's lead by example. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's what else do you expect, man? Only time will tell where her journey goes. Great. How do Dems lose people like this? What do you mean? They suck dick and ass and shit and piss, okay? What are you talking about? If the Democrats were a remotely competent party that was actually even a fraction as interested in winning as they are in, like, I don't know, killing any sort of leftist momentum, they would be doing LeBron numbers every year. Okay, even on off election years, they just be shooting up threes for no reason. Like, they just suck. They suck so bad. Wake up and smell the roses. And it's not actually roses you're smelling. It's dookie. Okay? You're smelling dookie. Straight from the doo-doo ass of the Democratic Party. They suck. They lost to Trump twice, man. They lost to Trump twice. Not once, twice. Are you kidding me? It's crazy. They suck. This time it was like they were so desperate to keep murdering children. They were like, we have to keep murdering Palestinians. Like, we have to keep slaughtering Palestinian children. We have to. You don't understand. This is what I live for. That's what they said. Anyway, I'm tired, dude. I'm tired. It's my last day in New York. And I was supposed to go to a party, but I don't even know if I'm going to make it because I'm so goddamn tired. A long day. Busy day. Had a banger stream. And I hope you guys appreciated it. I'm so fortunate. I'm going to be in LA tomorrow, but I don't know if I'll be able to stream because I'm going to be landing too late. Like, I'm going to be in transit tomorrow. So I probably won't be streaming tomorrow, but I'll be back Sunday. All right.